Hello again, and as I always start, I want to say, what is your story? I know I look like I'm shooting a lot of the same videos on the same day because I am. I have a lot of ideas in my head, and I want to commit myself to them. So this one is be one of the off stories. This isn't exactly a story itself. This is just something, it's been in my head for the past few days that I really want to get out. It comes to the basis of music. And for me, music has always been a very interesting thing, but this in particular is one song. It's from one of my favorite bands. It's an English band. They're known as Anathema, and it's actually two songs in one. It's a song called Untouchable, Part 1 and Part 2. I've known this song since it was released in 2012. It's a very beautiful song, and for the longest time, I always thought the song was about a man who really loved a woman, or a partner. We'll just say a partner, because it's a misnomer to say a woman. But a man who loved a partner, who had to let them go because that partner had their own personal issues that they had to sort out. And it comes back to the old adage, if you love something, let it go. And the song speaks of how beautiful the person is inside, and how they never betrayed them, and how they were so faithful and loving to them, but in a sense they know that what they need to do is let that person go to find themselves, to return. And this is where the beauty of music comes in, and what I love about music, poetry, and any type of storytelling is anytime you have something like that, is the interpretation is personal. You can interpret it any way that you want. And recently I've come to, I don't want to say an epiphany, but it's a similar idea, a realization, if you will, that for me, this song wasn't just about losing a partner, but to me, that person that I had to let go was the 7-year-old boy inside me that I've sheltered all my life, that I've spent forever becoming big and becoming strong and becoming tough and becoming charismatic or funny or something else, so that building a persona and building myself outward as an adult, that young child that I've always tried to shelter, that I've always felt inside screaming, wanting to scream from the top of the mountain, to be able to say no to the monsters that he sees, that I spent so long building myself to fight these monsters that at times I had become the monster myself. And that's another story for another day in that sense. But this song finally made me realize that the person that I had to let go and find their own way was actually myself, was that inner child. That inside of me, allow him to run free, allow that emotion, and not to face challenges of my past with big broad shoulders and not hatred, not anger, but just defiance, and realizing that, embracing it with hope and love, and allowing that inner child to finally actually realize that the monsters that I'm protecting it against, all I'm seeing are the shadows. And these big scary shadows are not going away because I'm projecting just another big scary shadow, and that child is afraid of it as well. But as soon as I allowed myself to realize that if I were to open up and embrace it all with love, and realize that things of my past may have been disastrous and may have been horrible in certain senses, but certain things were uncontrollable, and being able to recognize the symbols and signs, and making sure that things such as my addictions don't come back, that I embrace everybody and anybody who comes towards me with open arms and love and no expectations. Being able to realize that, being non-judgmental towards everyone around me, and just trying to strive to help, and not allowing anger to get into me, and allowing it to pick away and eat away and make me try to build that big rough exterior, being a rock wall in between it, and having that openness and embracing what may come allowed me to realize that who I was letting go and who I was letting come home was myself. And that realization and knowing that I let myself finally come home to me allowed me to realize that, yeah, I am loved and I love myself. And it felt as if a missing part of who I am returned to me, and it felt like a void had been filled, and that at this time I'm ready to do what it takes to be better for myself, to realize that I don't need large, weird material possessions to make me feel better. I don't need to be with somebody who I feel is going to make me feel better. I need to be with myself, and I need to realize that the only thing I need is me. And allowing that child back makes me realize that, yeah, I am stronger than I was, and with love and with passion and with just an open mind allows me to be me and be who I want to be. So in the end, that song really has gotten to me many times, and it still does, and to this day it's given new meaning, and I love the fact that it has, because I've fallen in love with it again. I've fallen in love with my career path. I've fallen in love with who I am. And even with everything that may be going on around me, I still have an optimism that even if the world starts to become darker, that I can do something to make it a little brighter. So yeah. If you want, down below in the link there will be the information. I'll link the lyrics. I can find it online. I can find a copy of it online. I'll link the iTunes to it as well. And in the end, it's part of my story, and my story makes me strong. So again,